I want to focus on something right now. We'll get to the immigration issue and these other issues. But something extraordinary happened today, and I really want to focus on it. Many years ago, during the Reagan administration, I served in a number of positions. Associate Director of Presidential Personnel, Chief of Staff to the Attorney General, but I also served for a period of time as Deputy Solicitor of the Interior Department, the number 2 lawyer there. Now, I want to comment on this clip from the President in the Rose Garden today based on that background, because this is a stunner. It really is. Listen to this. Cut 7, go.
And while BP is ultimately responsible for funding the cost of response and cleanup operations, my administration will continue to use every single available resource at our disposal, including potentially the Department of Defense, to address the incident. Earlier today, DHS Secretary Napolitano announced that this incident is of national significance, and the Department of Interior has announced that they will be sending SWAT teams to the Gulf to inspect all platforms and rigs.
SWAT teams from the Department of Interior? When I was Deputy Solicitor of the Interior Department, I don't remember any SWAT teams. Now, you heard him say the Department of Interior has announced that they will be sending SWAT teams to the Gulf to inspect all platforms and rigs. I didn't know that the Department of Interior had SWAT teams. And by the way, on a side issue, I'm now guessing a lot of these environmental and land agencies probably now do have armed SWAT teams, which is really stunning to me. Now, what are these SWAT teams going to do when they're inspecting all platforms and rigs in the Gulf? Doesn't this sound like Hugo Chavez to you? We have an environmental problem. We have a leak, and we're sending SWAT teams to the platforms and the rigs? SWAT teams are not environmentalist experts. They're not scientists. They're not engineers. They're law enforcement. So why are we sending SWAT teams to all the platforms and rigs in the Gulf of Mexico? I'll tell you why I think. I think this is a precursor to another form of government nationalization. I think those SWAT teams are there in coordination with the Attorney General's office, the Interior Department, Homeland Security, maybe the EPA, to gather records, to seize records at these sites, and to lay the foundation for more government takeovers. Maybe not outright nationalization, but through the back doors this president is so good at doing. We don't know exactly what happened. We don't know why this leak happened. We don't know, obviously, the cause of it. But I am just stunned that the media in this country is so nonchalant, so disinterested in this president's use, or I should say abuse, of power. I mean, it just stuns me. We're sending SWAT teams to inspect all platforms and rigs. Not ecological experts, not various scientific experts, not engineers. No, we're sending SWAT teams. Now, we don't even send SWAT teams to the border from the Interior Department, do we? Where the human damage, where the environmental damage is immense. And it's ongoing each and every day. You don't send SWAT teams to rigs in the middle of an environmental problem. As I say, I was Deputy Solicitor of the Interior. I don't remember that we had SWAT teams. Sending them to these rigs. SWAT teams. I'd like to know more about these SWAT teams. I'd like to know when they came into being. I'd like to know how they're actually landing or securing these rigs And these platforms, I mean, I'd like to know all about this, wouldn't you? Because we know what Emmanuel said. We know what this president believes. A crisis presents them with an opportunity. Even no crisis presents them, they think, with an opportunity. The other thing is this. Can we be mature adults? If it's an accident, accidents happen. They happen all the time. Even bad accidents happen. No government law, government regulation, government SWAT team is going to change that. Period.